I am the president and one of the co-founders for Fresh Consulting and also a company called Web 2 Review in Bellevue, Washington. Our company works in the web, the new web, the Web 2.0. There was a new wave of the web after the dot-com bust that happened, and companies were actually thriving after that dot-com bust, and we looked at what makes those companies thrive. They connect people to people, not just web pages and data. And so we consult in that space for businesses to help them understand how to use the power of the new web. So before I was president of Fresh Consulting, I was working for a major US corporation, running a $60 million P&L for a company in Seattle, Washington, running that relationship. And that company happened to be Washington Mutual. My whole division was actually cut at one time. And so here I was, a newly married husband and father for 1 month, and I was laid off of my entire division. I was struggling with the decision whether to look for a job or strike out on my own. So one of the things I did was I went to a job fair for salespeople. And there were about 1,000 people there talking to maybe 8 to 10 companies. And while I'm a wonderful guy, I thought, do I want to really start something new or look for a job? And I wound up hearing about Fresh Consulting from the other 2 co-founders of mine, and there was something very energetic about empowering people on the web. I have kind of a personal story in that space, and that's what really got me to thinking, doing something that contributes something new to society rather than just looking for a job. Well, there's a bit of a personal story here. I am in fact married to my second wife. My first wife, Deborah, passed away in June of 2008 of breast cancer. And during that process, as Deborah was suffering through that cancer process, I discovered the new web, and I started to blog and created a blog that really told the story of my heart, told the story of my children and what was going on in our lives, in Deborah's life as she was going through this process, and me as a husband and father. And I found that I connected with our community, with schools, church members, neighbors, friends, and the whole community came together to support our family. And that really opened up this whole idea of what the power of the web can do in communicating from person to person, from heart to heart. Well, people to people and connecting in the business world is a very powerful piece, because now suddenly we have this web as this new paradigm of communicating. And what do we communicate? We communicate our thoughts, our passions, the things that drive us, the things that connect us. That's pretty meaningful. And to now take that into the business world, we have to remember that people buy from people. And so as companies can tell their story and really speak heart to heart, it's a completely different experience for both the company and for the customers. And you can enable the customers to have a lot more say and voice in the buying process. This means a whole new set of challenges for companies, and we're here as Fresh Consulting to help them understand that and take part in that conversation and influence that conversation in ways we've never seen before. Yeah, the last thing I just want to say this is creating your own business and starting something fresh is much more invigorating than I thought it would be. I'm more excited now about being in business for myself than I've ever been in my life. I'm 41, again a new husband, father of 3 children, and I get out of bed every day with a new vigor in life and a new perspective. Even in this down economy, you can create something brand new and exciting, and people gather around it. We have not had one customer that we've presented to say, we're not interested. Everybody's interested because they get this powerful message.